So in this class, we are going to discuss about one of the very important topics in physics, that is electric field intensity and distance graphs, which are very popularly known as ER graphs. So in electrostatics, this ER graph are very important for us. Both MSET and JEE exam, very often they ask the graphs for different types of charges. Okay, so let us start. What are this ER graph? So we are going to discuss about ER graph. So E dash small r graphs. So here this ER graph, when we draw this graph, we can divide into three different types. ER graph for point charges means single charge, two charges, then multiple charges. Of course, multiple charges is very rare in MSET and JEE main, but two charges are very common, and after that ring, that is two-dimensional, disc two-dimensional, and hollow sphere, also we call it as the spherical shell, and solid sphere. So for all of them we want to draw this ER graphs. Okay, so for point charges, here we are taking about point charges. So first in this we are going to talk about the point charges. So it is going to be for point charges. So how to draw the ER graph, that we call it as generally ER graph is very common, that is electric field intensity at a point with the distance, how it is going to change. So when we take this point charges, I told you in the previous lecture, that for a point charge, we know the electric field intensity magnitude. First we are going to take magnitude. So for a point charge, the magnitude is given by 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, Q by R square, Q by R square. So this 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is a constant, and Q is the charge, and we are calculating the field at a distance R from the charge. That means, let's see the diagram here. Suppose this is the charge, say positive charge, and its magnitude is Q. Now we are finding the magnetic electric field at a point. Suppose this point is P, and that point is at a distance R. Right? So this is the formula when we want to find what is the magnitude of the electric field from a charge, is positive charge, and a negative charge at a distance R, that is a point P from the charge. Okay, so now here 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is a constant, and if I take one charge, Q is also a constant. That means this electric field is inversely proportional to the square of the distance, right? So we can write as Q is constant for one charged body, and 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is also a constant. Then we can write here it is E proportional to 1 by R square. This is called, as I told you, it is known as inverse square law. Inverse square law. And the curve will be like an asymptotic curve. Asymptotic curve means when the value of R increases, the value of E drastically decreases, but it will become zero only at infinity. that I told you already. Because when you see this equation, when r become infinity, then 1 by infinity is 0, therefore the field is going to become 0. That is, the field becomes 0 only at a very, very large distance from the charge. That is why this is called the inverse square law graph. So when we take only one charge, then our graph will be like this. So the graph will be like this if we are going to take only one charge. That is, suppose here I will take only one charge, then this is our x-axis, right, and this is our y-axis. So this is the y-axis for us. So x and y. So x and y here. So this is our x-axis and this is our y-axis. Okay. So when we plot this graph, the graph will be a curve, and for that curve the slope will be negative. Because what is our graph here? Just see that graph. Let us take that graph again. So now let's see the equation here. We have E is equal to a constant into 1 by r square, or a constant by r square, isn't it? A constant by r square. So that means here, when we want to plot the graph, suppose for example, I want to plot the graph, ER graph, then we just see the graph here. So the graph will be like this. As I told you, this is our x-axis and this is our y-axis, right? So x-axis and y-axis, x-axis and y-axis. So this is our x-axis and this is our y-axis. So x, right? So x-axis, and here this is our y-axis, right? So this is our xy graph we want to plot. So when we want to plot xy graph, we should know the slope of the graph also. Slope is also very important. Means when r increases, whether the slope of the graph is going to decrease or the slope of the graph is going to increase. That is also very important here. So what is the slope of an xy graph? As you know already in first year or 10th class, we know the slope of this xy graph. So slope is equal to, we can write, is delta y divided by delta x. That is the slope of a graph. That is change in y coordinate divided by change in x coordinate. That we call it as the slope of the graph. But here we are going to plot a graph by taking electric field intensity, magnitude of electric field intensity along the y-axis. So here we are taking now that magnitude of the electric field intensity along y-axis. So E along y-axis, right? So E is taken along y-axis and R is taken along x-axis, right? Now, what is the slope of this graph? When we take y, change in y by change in x. But now, what we are taking here? We are taking E along y and R along x, isn't it? Therefore, now, when we take ER graph, what we have to take now? Slope is equal to delta E divided by delta R, right? Because y is now replacing E and y replaced by E and x replaced by R. Okay, so what is the change in y now? Change in E, and this is change in R. But we start from the origin. So what is this delta E? Delta E is equal to, we can write E2 minus E1 by R2 minus R1. But when we take this E1 and E2 as reference, E1 and E2 as the reference here, then we are taking origin, that is this one. We are starting from here, which we say 0, 0. Right? Then what happens to this? E1 will be 0 and R1 will be 0. Therefore, this we can write E by R. E by R. Right? So the slope is E by R. Right? But when we take a small element of the graph, then we write the slope is equal to, we write dE by dr. That is the slope. Right? So now what is the dE by dr? See this graph. So E is equal to K into R power minus 2. Right? Now differentiate on both sides. What do we get? dE by dr means we are differentiating the equation with respect to R. Then what I will get here? That is equal to constant K, take outside, and differential of R square d of R power minus 2 with respect to R. It is similar to x power minus n with respect to n with respect to x. Therefore, what is that value? Minus 2 into R power minus 2 plus 1, minus 1. So, minus 1, right? Minus 2 and minus 1. So, what is this now? Minus 2 into K, you can keep it, K divided by R cube, because minus 2 minus 1 is minus 3. Therefore, it will be minus 2 by minus 2K by R cube. Means what? The slope of this graph is negative. Means when R increases, the graph has to come down. So that is why when we plot for only one particle, the graph will be like this. This is the graph. So see this? For this graph, the slope is negative everywhere. That is, if you draw a tangent to this graph, suppose here I am drawing a tangent. Suppose I want to draw a tangent to this graph. See, for example, at this point I am drawing a tangent. See this tangent. So I am drawing a tangent to this graph at this point. Right? Now, see the angle. Is greater than 90 or less than 90? See that? This angle is greater than 90, no? If you take this angle, see this angle. This angle is greater than 90. Similarly, you take any other point. Suppose you take this point now. Take this point. So when we take this point, again, if we are going to draw a tangent, just see this. I am drawing a tangent here. Then what is this angle? It is also greater than 90, no? So it is also greater than 90. That is meaning of negative slope. Because tan theta is negative. Negative means theta is greater than 90. That you know already in trigonometry. Therefore, this will be the graph when we are going to plot for one charge. That is ER graph. Further point here. So the slope of ER graph is negative. Therefore, with R, the slope has to going on increases. So the curve will come down. That is the shape of the graph. Now we want to plot the graph for one single charge. That charge will be taken at the origin. That is the first point. Keep the charge at the origin. So when you keep the charge at origin, here we know electric field is a vector, isn't it? It is having a direction also. So how to take the direction? That is very important here when we are plotting the graph. So here, when we take the field in the positive x direction, this is positive x direction, the field is considered as positive. Similarly, when we go up to negative x direction, suppose this is our y graph and this is our x graph, this is our origin, and when we go in the direction of negative x-axis, then this will be taken as negative. That will be taken as negative. That is, important point is, if the field is positive, our x coordinate is positive, y coordinate is positive. Therefore, the graph will be in the positive, means above x-axis. See the point here. When the field is positive, x coordinate, that is r is positive and e is positive. Therefore, the graph will be above x-axis. Similarly, if the field is negative, means in the negative x direction, then we take r will be negative and e will be negative. Therefore, the graph must be below the x-axis. That point you have to keep in mind. So positive field means towards positive x direction, that will be taken as positive and it will be above x-axis. Graph will be above x-axis, and negative direction means the field is in the negative direction. Then the field we take it as negative and it will be, graph will be below the x-axis. That you have to keep in mind, right? So once we know that, we can draw the graph. So for that, let us start with one single positive charge. Take one single positive charge. We are starting with a single positive charge, right? So for single positive charge, we want to plot the graph. Okay. So for that, just see our x-axis. So this is our x-axis, right? And this is our y-axis. X-axis and y-axis. Now I told you where the charge must be. Where the charge must be? The charge must be at origin. No, charge must be at origin. So it is a point charge. Therefore, the charge will keep at origin, right? So this is the charge. Okay. So this is our charge at the origin. Keep the charge at the origin. Okay, this is our origin. So now it is a positive charge. First we are taking it as a positive charge. So charge is positive now. Positive Q, let us say plus Q. Now we know the electric field direction is away from positive charge. Away from positive charge. In the previous lecture I told you, for positive charge, the field is away from the positive charge, and for negative charge, the field is toward the charge. Therefore, here when we take the direction is like this. So as being a positive charge, the direction is like this, positive direction. Here this is the direction of the field, and here this is the direction of the field. That means, see this, here the field is in the positive x direction. This is our positive x direction, no? So that is our positive x direction, right? So this positive x direction, and this is positive y direction, right? Positive y direction. So here we are going to take now, this is electric field direction, the electric field along the y-axis. So electric field along the y-axis and the distance along the x-axis. Okay. So distance along the x-axis. So electric field E along y-axis and distance R along x-axis. Distance R along x-axis, right? Now, I told you just now, if the field is in the positive x direction, the field curve ER graph must be above x-axis, right? Therefore, the field ER graph will be here. Next, what about this? This direction is in the direction of negative x-axis, and I told you just now, if the field is in the negative x direction, we take the field is negative, therefore the graph must be below the x-axis. Therefore, the graph will be here. This is the graph. So the graph must be here. See this, there is a graph. So for positive charge, single charge, when we plot the graph, this will be the shape of the graph, right? Now, suppose it is negative charge, then can you predict what is the graph nature, how it will be? If it is a negative charge, the field is just opposite, isn't it? So, if it is negative charge, then you just see the graph for negative charge. So now we want to plot the graph for a negative charge, right? So we are plotting graph for a negative charge. Then this is our x-axis and this is our, so this is our y-axis. So this is the y-axis, right? This is our y-axis, and we are taking now the field along y-axis, the field along y-axis, and it is, so field we are taking along the y-axis. So field along y-axis here, this is the field that is along the y, and distance along x, right? So distance r along x-axis, right? So here, now let us see this. So distance we have to take along the x-axis. So distance we take along x-axis, right? So that will be the here the graph. So now how it will be? Now what we have to do? What is our first step? What is the first step here? Keep the charge at the origin. Keep the charge at the origin. So keep our charge at the origin, right? So here, that is our graph. So let us keep our charge at the origin. So we are keeping the charge at the origin, right? This is at the origin now. That is our charge. Now it will be negative charge, isn't it? This is a negative charge now. So when it is negative charge, that is minus q. Minus q. Now we know electric field is toward the negative charge. Electric field is towards negative charge. That is, the direction of electric field is towards the negative charge, right? So towards negative charge. So here it is towards negative charge, and here also it will be towards negative charge, Okay, so towards the negative charge, therefore this is the direction here, and this is the direction here. That is the direction of the field, right? Now, when we want to plot a graph, see this, when I go towards this one, see this, here, see what is the direction? Negative, no? When I take, in this, means in the xy plane, here, what is the direction? Negative. It is towards negative x-axis. So where should be the graph? What I told you just now, it should be below x-axis, right? It should be below x-axis. Therefore, the graph will be here. Whereas, when I come to this side, the field is positive, because, see, this arrow is towards positive x direction. When the arrow is towards negative direction, it should be below the x-axis. When the arrow is along positive x direction, the field must be positive. So field positive means it should be above x-axis. Therefore, the field is like this now. ER graph will be like this. See, compare both of them. Just opposite. Just opposite. Positive charge, here this is the graph, this side means first quadrant, fourth quadrant. Negative charge, it is second quadrant and fourth quadrant. Positive charge, first and third quadrant, sorry, not fourth, third quadrant. Negative charge, it is second and fourth quadrant. So that we have to keep in mind, right? Now, we know how to plot the graph for one charge. But instead of one, if we take two charges, then how to plot the ER graph? Single charge very easy only, but when I take two charges, how to plot the graph? So for that, both the charges we are going to keep on the x-axis, and one of the charges we are going to take as the origin. With respect to that, we are going to plot the graph, right? So now we are taking two charges, that is, both are positive charges. Both are positive charges, right? So now for that, now let us see that we are going to, how we are going to plot the graph. So here, this is our x-axis, right? This is the x-axis, and this is our y-axis. So one charge we keep here, one charge we are going to keep it here. One charge will be here. This is one charge, right? So there is one charge, and another charge, one more charge will be there, no? So when we take another charge here, so this is, we will just extend this. So we are going to extend that further. I am going to extend this now. And second charge we are going to keep here, where the distance between the charges is r. The two charges between distance r. Okay. So for that, I am taking again the x-axis here. So this is our x-axis. Right. Now, I will take second charge here, and the distance between them is r now. The distance between the two charges, now we take it as r. Means, see this. This is one charge, right? This is one charge, and this is another charge. Two charges. This is plus q. This is also plus q. And the distance between them, center to center, is small r. Right. So it will be smaller now. That only we are going to see here. So now the second charge is here. This is the second charge. Right? So we are going to keep the second charge here now. So this is our second charge. So this is plus Q and this is also plus Q. Now we want to plot the graph. When we want to plot the graph, first mark the direction of the field for each charge. It is a positive charge, so the field direction is away from the charge. Okay? So field direction is away from the charge. So now that we will show here, the field direction is away from the charge. So field direction away from the charge, here also away from the charge. Next, similarly for this, we can show away from the charge. So away from the charge, away from the charge. That is first step. Now we take one charge. Let us come to this charge. Say this charge is, mark it as A. This is A. This charge is A. Okay. And this charge, let us say B. Now we are plotting graph with respect to this charge, this origin, and this charge is at a distance R. This charge is at a distance R. So charge is at a distance R now. So distance between them is R. So distance between the two charges is equal to R. So this is small r. This already I have shown here. Now we take A charge. When we take A charge, to the right of the charge, the field effect of B will be very less, because it is far away from B. So when we take right side, we plot the graph only for A charge. Already we have done. So how it should be? How it should be now? This is positive. This side is positive. Therefore, the graph must be, where should be the graph? Above x-axis. So it will be above x-axis. This one. Now come to left side, which is our reference origin. When I take this charge to the left of the charge, what is the direction? Negative. Therefore, it should be below x-axis. Below the x-axis. Now, let us come between the two charges. Between the two charges. Both are positive. So what is the direction of this? Negative x direction. What about this positive x direction? However, very important point here, the two fields, they are going to interact with each other now, means they are going to combine, isn't it? So when I take the region between the two charges, then I have to take the resultant electric field. And we know electric field is a vector. Electric field is a vector. So when we want to find the resultant, we are going to add field due to first one plus field due to second one. But here both charges are equal. That means what? This charge and this charge are equal. So field is also equal. But what about the direction? They are opposite in direction. So at the midpoint, what happens to the field? At midpoint, what is our E1? what is our E1? K into Q divided by R by 2 whole square. And what about this? What about this one? It is also same. Q by R by 2 whole square. But this is negative and this is positive. So at midpoint what happens? What is the net field or resultant field? That is equal to 0. At the midpoint the field must be 0 because the two charges, they are interacting with each other. The field is going to become sum of the two fields or vector sum of the two fields. Right? Now take this one. Take this. It is positive, no. So it should be above x-axis. Above x-axis. Right? And what about this? Below x-axis. It should be below x-axis. So what happens at midpoint? At the midpoint, the resultant field will be equal to 0. Therefore, the graph will be like this. Follow the point here, how to plot the graph. So that is a way to plot graph for two positive charges. So for two positive charges, we are having the field on the right side is only due to the charge on the right, because the effect of B can be neglected here, and when I take to the left, the field due to A can be neglected. But in between, we have to consider both the fields. I told you a reason also, because when I take A far away from B, so effect of B is neglected here, because this is like a screen for B. When I come here, B is a screen for A. So the field will be only due to B on the left, whereas in between we have to take the field due to both the charges. So that is the way to plot the graph. Okay, for two positive charges. Right? Now, if it is two negative charges, how it will be? It will be just inverse. Let us take two negative charges now. How to plot the graph? You can do it on your own also. So now we are taking two negative charges. Okay. So this is our x-axis. Right. And this is our y-axis. This is our y-axis and this is our origin, but we want the second one also, no. So second one, let us take here. This will be the second charge. We are going to keep the second charge here. This is our second charge, right? So extend this here. So let us plot the graph again. In this case, this is our x, but we require two lines for both the charges, no. Therefore, we take for one charge here, one charge here, and another charge we take, so another charge. So one charge we are taking here, right, and another charge we take it here. This is another charge. Now both are negative. Both the charges are negative. Therefore, we take now. This is one charge. So this is one charge, right? And this is another charge. Both are negative now. This is also negative, and this also will be negative now. So both are negative charges. Both are negative charges. This is also negative and this is also negative. Both are negative. So what is the first step? To draw the graph, what is the first step? Mark direction of the field for both the charges. That is first step. And we know it is negative charge. Therefore, the field is toward the charge. Toward the charge. Here also towards the charge. Next, take this also. Towards. Like in the previous case, only you take this charge. Suppose this is A. This charge is A. Let us suppose this is A. This is negative, no? Minus Q. This is also minus Q. So what is the direction? Negative. Therefore, where should be our graph? Where should be our curve? Below x-axis. Below x-axis here. What about this? What about this? It is positive, no? Therefore, the graph must be here. What about the graph between the two? Here also they are equal. So they will combine, both the fields will combine. So at midpoint, the field must be 0. At r by 2, the field must be 0. At r by 2, the field must be 0. This is r by 2. Right? This is r by 2. At r by 2, from each charge, the field is 0. Right? So now, take this charge. What is the direction? Positive. So where should be the curve for this above x-axis? And at midpoint, it must meet the x-axis. Therefore, now the graph will be like this. What about this? What about this? Negative. Therefore, the graph must be below x-axis. So that is the graph for two negative charges. Just opposite for two positive charges. So that is the way to plot graphs between two positive charges and two negative charges. But if one is positive, another one is negative, then how to draw the graph? What will be the shape of the graph? Right? So what will be the shape of graph? So for that, now we are taking one positive and one negative. So like in the previous case, this is our x-axis. So now we are taking one charge as the reference. So this is one charge which is at the origin, another charge at a distance r. Another charge at a distance r. Right? Now this I am taking as one charge. This I am taking as positive. This is taken as positive. Right? And another one I am taking it as negative. Negative charge. This I am taking as negative charge. Okay. So this is positive charge and this is negative charge now. So positive charge plus Q and this is negative charge minus Q. So what is the first step? Now you can do it on your own also. So what is the first step here? Mark the direction of the electric field for each charge. For each charge. For each charge, you have to mark the direction. So take this negative. What is the direction of electric field? Towards the charge. Towards the charge. Right? So it is toward the charge. Therefore, the field is toward the charge. Here also, the field is toward the charge. But what about this? Away from the charge, no. So away from the charge. Away from the charge. Now come to the right side. Right side only we consider the effect of this. The effect of this. So what is the direction? Negative. Therefore, the graph must be below the graph must be below x-axis. This is the graph. Now come to this side. Come to this side. See this. See this. This is negative. This is negative because it is towards negative x-axis. So here also it will be below x-axis. But when you come this side, both are positive. Both are positive. So when they interact, it will never become zero, and the graph will be above x-axis for both of them. Therefore, when you see the graph will be like this. See this, becomes minimum, again it will increase. That is the graph. That is the graph when one is positive, other one is negative. Right? Suppose if I interchange the charges, this is negative and this is positive, then graph will be inverted. Suppose if I take this positive, this negative and this positive, it's just inverted. It's going to be just inverted. So that is the difference between plus q on left side, minus q on right side. If you take minus q on left side, plus q on right side, then graph will be inverted. This will come here and this will come inverted, just inverted, and this graph will come here. So that is the way to plot the graphs for point charges. So once you understand this, you can plot graph for any combination